beginning of the post-game show against Georgia versus Kentucky. The game is still on. I'm still watching it. I'll be doing the show tonight by myself, right back to my roots. This is what I do. Um, but I'm still kind of watching the game, and we'll just roll right into the post game show directly when the game goes off. So I'm not even. I got to keep up with the time on my phone because my TV's a little behind. But oh man, dude, this is hard. Like I'm sitting here and I'm wondering what can I possibly say that I'm as positive as I can. Don't attack anybody. Um, those kind of things, a fine line, and I try my best to I try my best to be respectful. I try myself, I try my best to be um, considerate of others, and so I'm watching the game and I'm so frustrated with just what I'm watching out here, and it's I'm in so much disbelief. I guess I'll throw this up right here. UK versus Georgia post game show. And I'm sitting here watching, and I just wish we could just score one more time, just something. Oh my goodness, man! Like, what are we doing? Like, it's what are we doing? I'm not understanding this, man. I'm not understanding. The game is still on. I think according to my phone, it is 1 minute and 55 seconds to go, and we look like we just got a pass interference against Georgia. I don't know what to say, man. I am trying so very hard to remain positive about Kentucky football. And I make videos because I'm positive and I want people to stay engaged and stay excited. But I just don't know. I don't have it in me. Come on, Kentucky, score one more touchdown. Just give me one more. Just give me something. Come on, just like what are we doing? Did we score? Touchdown, Kentucky. Yes. Yes. Just something. Yes. Can we just come on, man? Kendrick Law, and I'm glad he got a touchdown because he deserves a touchdown. Come on, Kentucky. Come on, man. We just this game, we just came in here, man, and we just like I just it's like I can't explain what I'm feeling right now and what I've just sat here and just watched with you guys. You guys watch the same thing that I watch. We ain't watching nothing different. We're seeing how certain players just getting penalty after penalty. We just see how our defense just can't, um, how we just can't tackle nobody tonight. Seems like I'm glad that Georgia didn't run the ball all night because if they ran the ball all night, it's nothing that we can do. We couldn't tackle for nothing. And look, maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I'm forgetting something here. But this is, I mean, I guess it's to be expected by most people, by most fans, by so many different people. It's expected, but I just it's hard for me to just say and just expect that Georgia's just going to come in here and Georgia is just going to Georgia is just going to dominate us. And this is exactly what they did. They came in here and they straight ran the table on us again. So I'm still watching the game. I'm talking here. My apologies. This is really what I wanted to do. So I had to go out and buy me another cable so I can watch TV and I can also be on my computer. Otherwise, I really couldn't do it. So um, Kentucky versus Georgia post game show. I mean, it's just I don't know what to say, man. It's just I like are we does Kentucky belong in the SEC, man? I mean, I need to ask that question. Does Kentucky belong in the SEC when it comes to football? Because it just look like it just ain't gonna get no better, man. It just doesn't. Sorry about this. I'm typing, so my apologies for this. But I had to change the title. So, guys, like, I mean, they out here playing video games with us, bro. Like, they out here playing video games with us. That's how much they operate in their offense. What do we do now? Do you think this is Stoops' last game? See, I don't think this is. Hey, Chris, thanks, Chris. UK Kentucky football just sucks. Hey, Mike, no more Stoops. Ed Gordon ready to coach again. Just say it. I just like I don't. And for you guys that's been following me for a long time, you guys know that I guess I can say I specialize in trying to stay positive. But I just like I don't have anything else to say because I mean I want to be as positive as I possibly can. But but when you see what you see, I don't know how you I don't know how you actually overlook that. You don't. It's hard to overlook that. And I just think the product that we put on the field tonight. I mean, if that guy didn't trip over his feet right there, he probably go to the house for six. That's just how bad our tackling has been tonight. So what do you guys think about Cutter? My, here's my take on Cutter. Cutter has just got to just play. Like I don't care how bad it looks. I don't care if he's not making passes. Right now, it is all about getting Cutter ready for next year. And he looked good. He looked good at some points in the game. He's still holding on to the ball. He's still overthrowing a lot of passes or whatever. The receiver still got to catch the ball. So it's a two-way street. But right now, at this particular point, it's no longer about what Cutter does or doesn't do. It's just about him growing now and getting real game time experience. And I think that's the biggest thing that we got forward to look forward to is at least next year, if he doesn't transfer, if he comes back next year, because I think he knows the team should be his unless he gets up with a major injury. But just this right here is just this is just not working right, man. This is just not going good whatsoever. And I just wish Kentucky football can turn it around. And I guess for me, I guess the day that I wake up and realize that this is Kentucky football and I should not allow my hopes to get too high so I won't be too disappointed and get too low. I mean it at this particular point I think it's just kind of what it is and Georgia just showed Georgia had hurt players and the players that came in was still night and day difference than what our starters was. And that's the that's the reality of Kentucky football is that I would love you guys would love for these guys to be a solid football team, but it ain't happening right now. And people, if you was on the fence for Stoops up into this game after watching this clock management tonight, then we missed a field goal to get any kind of momentum going into the second half. We missed a field goal. It just wasn't our night to get things done. And it showed out there on the football field that Georgia is that much of a superior team than we are. So it is. Hey, I'm just trying to make it to six. I wish we could make it to six games, but like being realistic, like who's the 16s? Hopefully we maybe Vandy, maybe, and that's a long shot. I'm just being real. Auburn, that's a long shot. Then we got that one, what Tennessee Tech or Tennessee whatever. That's a game, and then Louisville's playing good football this year too as well. So I mean, we still got to win four games to get to the six. And is it possible? Yes, but we just got to do better. I mean, we was completely outplayed tonight. I mean, we should have stopped at halftime and said, you know what? Let's just don't get nobody hurt tonight. Let's get out of here and let's just go home. But it just didn't look good tonight. And our defense, our defense was just on our defense when it comes to tackling. It broke my heart tonight because I'm a defensive guy. And just to see how poorly we tackled tonight I'm talking about the defense. I'm not talking about people's character. I'm not talking about people outside of the sport of football. I'm talking about what I saw between the lines tonight, and it was bad. It just was not good, man. And I'm out of no chance. That's I mean that's what I'm saying. That's a playing Vandy is a long shot. Is a long shot to beat those guys. Those guys are playing at a high level, and hats off for them. They got the right quarterback for that system, and he has put the team. Pavia has he has put that team on his back, and we don't have that. Like I looked at Georgia's backup quarterback tonight compared to our quarterback. There ain't no resemblance, man. It's just like that backup quarterback looked like I'm ready to start tonight. You can start me on Georgia tonight. I can transfer and I can start for 100 different programs in the nation tonight. That's the difference of the quarterback that we have and they have, and it shows. And I don't, I could spend a whole show here talking about, what are we going to do with Stoops? Just Stoops needs to go. I've always said this, and I will continue to say this, and it may not be the most popular thing to say, but I don't ever call for people's jobs. I feel like if it's not working out, people should maybe part ways and go their own ways. If it's not working out, we do it every day. If I got a job that I don't like or it's not working out, I'm gonna go look for something else. I'm gonna go do something else, or I need a fresh start, and that's what Kentucky football may just need. But once again, I don't make enough money to figure that stuff out. I just hope that the people who's in charge, people who can make those decisions, that those guys can figure this out and they can get it back. Because guys, I just guys, can I be honest with you guys? I mean, can I be straight, transparent with you guys? Like, this has really, really been on my heart. Um, for the past couple of days, just watch how we playing football. But man, dude, I want to call myself the loyal BBN fan show, and it has to be for a reason because I'm loyal, and I want to see our Wildcats be great. I want to see us compete. I want to see us get to a bowl game every single year, if we possibly can. But I'm losing, like to stay up and watch a game like I just watched instead of going to bed, skipping this show, and then just whatever. Like that's the only thing that was on my mind tonight was turn the TV off, put a post out. It's not going to be a post game show, and I need to go to sleep. I stayed up to watch this, and I'm like, why? Why? Like, why are you watching this for? You see what the outcome is. You see how things are going. Go to sleep, man. Get some sleep. I am freaking exhausted. I had a long weekend. I'm tired, but I wanted to watch my Kentucky Wildcats play. Just hoping, just hoping that something positive would happen in this ball game tonight. Not necessarily a win. I'm not going to be naive and just we're going to beat Georgia. I wanted to see us compete. And because we didn't compete at a high level in this football game, I felt like 20 minutes into the ball game, I should have been asleep. It shouldn't be no post game show tonight. I should have just recorded a video tomorrow and uploaded it. But I love my Kentucky Wildcats so much. I feel like I have an obligation that when the game's on to watch it, I have an obligation to turn the camera on and let's hang out and let's talk about the ball game. But when I stay up for stuff like this, it's just like I'm gonna pay for this tomorrow just because of what I stayed up and watched. And when I come home, it won't be a big issue because I'm on regular time. But I wonder how much more of this can I actually stay up and continue to watch. Now, basketball season, let's be real. Basketball season, I'll be up. We won't ever have this conversation of whether I can stay up or not to watch a ball game in basketball because I'm going to be up. I'm just saying for what I'm the rate of return. Yeah, I think that's what it do. No. R whatever. The It's not paying off, man. Like my body is just taking a beat. So anyway, I just don't know what I'll watch tonight. What are you guys' thoughts on the ball game tonight? And thanks everybody from joining in. And I appreciate it. This team is bad. As fans, we do have the right to call them out. I'm Otis. This is for Otis right here because I want to make sure that I address this. Otis, thank you so much. As fans, we do have the right to call them out. I the problem with calling players and coaches out is that we make it personal. Some fans do. Some fans make it personal. They want to attack. They want to attack who they are as people. We got as someone as this is my opinion as a fan. You can say Coach Stoops sucks as a coach. He may be a good person. He may do good for Kentucky, the local community, or whatever. But I try my best to keep my comments and my opinions because that's all they are. It's just opinion. I try to keep that to what happened on the football field. And that's why I'm so upset by how we played tonight on the football field. We just played like, dude, like all we did was just gave Georgia reps. That's all. We was there like third string giving them some reps tonight, and we didn't even do good. Come on, guys, make it interesting. Come on, make it make sense because this right here is just not making sense, and we got to do better because if we don't, then just I mean I don't want to write this season off because I think that's just rude. So I don't want to do that, but it might just be off. I don't know, but just staying up and watching this type of performance and not going to sleep like I should be. It's just like is it dedication? Is it being crazy or what? But this is what I signed up for, and this is what I'm trying my best to do. Who are you guys going for? You guys going for Vandy or you guys going for Alabama? I'm kind of on the fence because I need Alabama to make it to the playoffs so we can compete in the SEC, so we can bring the title back to the SEC. But it would be good to see Vandy win another one as an underdog again. So that would be good to be able to see that. But um, the fans drove Cal out. We can do the same with Stoops. It could be done, Otis. It really could be done. I won't be one of those. I personally won't be one of those fans that scream loud and to get Stoops out. But as I say, if it's not working out and people know that it's not working out, then it's time to do something else besides continue to let this just fall deeper into the abyss of nothing. Because right now Kentucky football is just getting laughed at. Like when someone told me that Kentucky might not win not one SEC games this year, I laughed at them. But if we're putting that same product week in and week out on that football field, I don't see how we do get a. I don't know. I don't see how we do get an SEC win this year. Florida's not going to be scared to play us. Vandy's not scared to play us. Auburn's not scared to play us, and we know that Tennessee and Texas is not afraid to play us. So where does the wins come from? The culture inside that locker room. I don't know. I want to believe. I want to believe that the players want to win. There's no way that I can imagine that the players here just don't want to win. I mean, that's hard to imagine. But Cutter is our guy. We got to just get him all the reps he can for the rest of the year. Like he just needs to stay healthy, play all the year, and just get these reps. So next year we can say we got a quarterback who's been tested in the SEC. Whether that was good or whether that was bad, he's been out there, and that's what he didn't have coming into this year. And now people wanted Cutter in, and while Cutter has moments of looking good, his immaturity as far as football goes at this level shows. But then again, other people who's been in the SEC for a while, they still are not doing all that great as well. So I can't just put it all off on Cutter. But as a quarterback, he signed up for the criticism of being QB1. That all comes with it. Cutter needs help. He shows he can play in this. He can play in the SEC. He's just gonna have to continue to get better. That's why I'm saying it doesn't matter how bad it looks for the rest of the year for Kentucky. If Cutter is healthy, Cutter needs to be on the field because Cutter needs this experience for next year. And Cutter looks good at times. He does. But at times you're like, hey man, throw the ball away. And he wants to hold the ball on, he wants to get sacked. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do too much, man. Don't try to do too much. So let's see what happens for the rest of let's see what happens for the rest of the year. Big Mike's still here, man. I ain't talking in the third, but Big Mike is still here. And let's just see what can become of the rest of this year. And I hope it I definitely hope that it works out in our favor. That we can find a way to not go undefeated in the or winless, to go winless in the SEC this year. Let's hope that we can find a way to go in and get a win against somebody. And like I said, winning against Vandy, winning against Auburn, winning against Tennessee. These are games that most people have already penciled in L's for them. Just what version of Kentucky football shows up. That's the part. That's the one part that gets me, is that if you feel like the team is coming out here and the team is just not putting forth that effort, you just don't know where this goes from there. But I'm a Wildcat fan for life. You see it every single day, win, lose, or draw. I'm still gonna cheer on my Wildcats. I still want the best. I still want the best for those guys. Today is just one of those days that our Kentucky Wildcats. I don't know if they played worse today or if they played worse against South Carolina. I don't know. But today, the tackling was just not there. It just they would have if they would have kept running the football, we probably would have lost 60 to 14, 60 to 7. Because we couldn't stop the run. They started throwing the ball. That's the only reason that we stayed as close as we did. Because of that, we couldn't stop the run. And it hurts. It really, really hurts because I want my Kentucky Wildcats football team to be good. Why is that so bad? Why is that asking so much to have these guys to be good? Uh, yeah, Bowley will get better. Cutter Bowley will get better. Like I said, he needs to play. If you're just joining, Cutter needs to play for the rest of the year if he's healthy. Calzada, thank you for your services here at Kentucky. Enjoy your NIL money. Good luck in life after football or whatever it is you're going to do. But Cutter Bowley is our guy for the rest of the year. I believe that that's the way that it should be. If you pull him now, you might lose him through the transfer portal. So you have to keep him in, and you got to give him reps. I just, yeah. Chris says just don't play. Chris says just don't play musical quarterback team more this year, and let Bowley learn good, the bad, and the ugly. That's Chris. You said it, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. That's exactly what needs to happen the rest of the year. We just need to, as football fans, we say to ourselves, we need a quarterback. Well, I think Cutter can be a solid quarterback. So now it comes down to, as fans, can we continue to root for those guys, but understand that it's some dark days ahead of us if we continue down the path that we are. But the reps, the game time experience, the game reps, and all that Cutter Bowley can get for the rest of the year is priceless, leading us into next year. And I think he'll be ready for it, and he won't be shell shocked when the season starts next year, and he'll be able to start hopefully the first ball game of the year and then ride it out, and then we'll be successful for Kentucky football. So I mean, I agree 100%. James, UK football has been disappointing this year. Yeah, hey James, yeah, it's been disappointing this year, and and tonight was no different. Want to stay positive, you want to root these guys on, you want to root, you want to hope for the best for these guys. But when you look at the product that we just watched on the field tonight, I just don't know how really many people, if anyone, can say that Kentucky football played a solid game tonight. It didn't happen, and I don't know if Medal got hurt tonight or not. I'm not sure if it was his ankle or whatever, his knee, but he didn't come back in tonight, and I was it just something just it just is mind baffling on what's going on with our Kentucky Wildcat football team. But let's see what happens. There was a video that was put out earlier today or yesterday about some things that maybe Stoops did. I'm not even going to go into that because even though I'm not advocating, someone made a point that even if I talk about it or even if I share it, that means that I'm spreading poison. And I have to agree with them. So I'm not going to go into that. A lot of you probably already have seen the video floating around. But we have to talk about and just be honest that tonight was a horrible football game that Kentucky played. And if changes need to be made, let them be made. But I think a lot of people have really, truly checked out on the football team this year. And I think Big Blue Madness is October 11th. And we know what happens when Big Blue Madness happens. When that happens, guess what? If football's not doing good, then football's done for the year. It just is. And then you got those diehard football guys who are going to stick around and watch football regardless of what's going on. But overall, if it's football season, then if it's basketball season, it's over, man. Like it ain't nothing that's going on with football, especially if they're playing like they are now. We done checked out because basketball is what we all been waiting for. Um, let's see, Chris. Let me see. Chris says, "Do it for the young men, not for the wins and losses. Make sure Bowley wants to come back." Yep, for real. hmm and so if changes needs to be made um, for these young guys to be successful here at Kentucky, then it needs the conversations need to be had. It really does. So just not Georgia, just Alabama and Vandy game has started, and you guys didn't tell me. I know we're talking about Kentucky and Georgia, but who are you guys going for in the Alabama and Vandy game? I'm rooting for Alabama in a sense because I think Alabama gives the SEC a better chance of winning the national championship and keeping it in the what's the name and keeping it in the SEC or bringing it back to the SEC. Sam, let me see. Let me put a little more time on this, Sam, so I can make sure that I get it. 1 second. Okay, throw this up here for Sam. Would you rather watch Kentucky football struggle but get 6 wins in the season, or Kentucky volleyball win it straight night SEC regular season title and make a deep run in the NCAA tournament? I Hey, Sam, you ain't got nothing else to do tonight. You ain't busy. You ain't watching this. You ain't watching this Alabama and Vandy game. That's a tough one. Yeah, I would love to see our volleyball team win, but our volleyball team is more consistent in winning SEC championships than Kentucky football is getting to bowl games. So if I had to choose from your question, Sam, I'm choosing football, get 6 wins, and make it to the bowl game. Yeah. So I'm going for Bama too. I am. I just nothing against Vandy. If Vandy wins, I'm completely okay with that. Um, if if they win, I'm okay with that. But I just think Alabama has a better chance of representing the SEC in the in the playoffs than Vandy does. But that's not to throw no shade on Vandy because if Vandy wins today, it's endless possibilities. Our volleyball team is great this year than this football team. Oh yeah, our volleyball team is good, man. We out here sweeping people on a regular basis. So anything Kentucky winning a championship, SEC, national is always a good thing. But I would definitely love to see because the SEC we done won consecutive back-to-backs in SEC titles. So I want to see Kentucky get back to a bowl game. That would be fun, just to see our name, knowing we got one more game this year when the season's over. That would be ideal. I hope for just about anybody. Our volleyball team is great this year than this football team for sure. I'm afraid if Stoops stays, Cutter will transfer. See, who said that? Let me see if I can get that up there. This right here. I'm afraid if Stoops stays, Cutter would transfer. I would. See, I don't see the reason. Hey, Chris Beard, the reason why I don't think Cutter transfers is because Cutter knows that this is his job, and that's why I think that's why he stuck around and didn't transfer when we got Calzada, is because he understood that I just got to be patient with the process. Calzada got hurt. He got his opportunity. He has shown flashes that once he gets enough experience in the SEC as a quarterback, then he's going to be good. Cutter has the fundamentals of being a quarterback, a good quarterback in the SEC. So I'm not throwing shade on Cutter at all. I'm just saying for the rest of the year, he's going to have to play no matter how bad we look this year for the rest of the year. Like we don't go back to Calzada. We don't go back to the third backup. We ride out with Cutter Bowley and we let him get his game time experience because you can't replace that. You can't be at practice and get what you can get in a real game. So let's just see what happens. I was happy, even though it was probably against Georgia's TIF stream. Um, I'm happy that Law got a touchdown tonight. That's always good to get because I don't know how many touchdowns our receivers actually have this year. So it was good to be able to see Law get a touchdown. Come on, Bama, move the football. There you go. There you go. Ooh, Vandy's, Vandy's playing football. Stoops be gone next year. Might be. He might be. He might be. Mark Stoops be back next year. The boosters and donors won't help Stoops no more. Um, I mean, he's a likable guy, but this is a business. This is a business, and put all about how good of a person you are. Put all that to the side for a second. We're talking football. We're talking between the lines. Can you get the job done at the program that you're the head coach of? And if you could, and if you can't, then it could possibly be time for you to move on. That's for sure. I guess all my time in the military and learning to bite my tongue, knowing that I wanted to say some things to some people that will probably get me in severe trouble. I guess that's why I'm able to use a very selective tongue when I'm actually talking, so I don't let my anger touchdown. Come on, get in there. He intercepted it. What the freak, man? That is not what they needed. Man, Vandy done picked off Alabama already, man. It's gonna be one of them nights. Top 10 matchup on Wednesday in volleyball. Kentucky versus Texas A&M. They gonna sweep them. Who said Sam? They gonna sweep them. Watch and see what I said. It's very frustrating to watch. It really is. It's really, really very frustrating to watch these guys play because especially when it becomes a disaster very fast in the ball game, you just want to turn it off. But something inside that just says, don't turn it off. Don't go to sleep. Stay up. Support your guys. And it is what it is. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do is just be supportive, even in times like now when it just don't look good for the players on the field, for the coaches, none of that. It just doesn't look good. But I'll still want to show up and be as supportive as I can. Um, I absolutely do. So, also to address one more thing before I get off of here, um, this is no shade on the football team. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. The reason why I can do this is I do. I wanted to do pregame shows like I've been doing for football. Um, Unfortunately, I'm going to stop doing pre-games for football. When basketball starts up, Leah and Jimmy we'll be doing the pregame shows for basketball, and I won't have to really worry about doing that. But since I do the pregame for football, right now I'm going to cut off the pregame shows, but we're going to still continue with the postgame show. I should have clarified that when I put the post out today, because people was like, "Hey man, you got to be loyal." I am loyal. I'm losing a great deal of sleep by getting up doing a pregame show, staying out watching a football game, doing a postgame show if I can, and then going straight to work. Doing a 17, 18-hour day is no fun. And of course, I got to drive to work an hour. I got to drive home in traffic an hour in the sun. So, with that being said, no disrespect, nothing like that. Not abandoning the football team by not doing pregame shows, but we won't do any more pregame shows for football. But Leah and Jimmy will be doing pregame shows for basketball. It will be hosted by Leah. What's the predicted win total for men basketball? Uh, 21 is not. Hey, Otis. 21 is actually not producing the show tonight. What's the predicted win total for men's basketball? I'll just say this. I don't think Kentucky basketball. People might get mad at me for saying this, but son of a gunner, thank you. I just want to clarify that. I don't hear about no more pregame shows for football. It's a matter of sleep. For basketball wise, I don't think Kentucky basketball loses over. Don't bite my head off, people. Okay, I'm giving my early year predictions. I don't think we lose no more than 6 or 7 games this year. And yes, because long as we need to sweep Tennessee again, we need to sweep Vandy. These that's 4 wins right there, and that's we just need to beat those guys for real. So um, I don't think we lose no more than 6 or 7 games this year in basketball. And believe me, once I know Jimmy and them, I know we in football season, but we dabble in the basketball talk, of course, like that because it's a basketball school. Let's be real. But definitely when Big Blue Big Blue Madness happens, then basketball talk would ramp up a whole lot more as well too, because in our eyes, once you have Big Blue Madness, the season has started. Now it's exposition games, the blue and white game. You got all this stuff that's like before the season, but once that happens, football season, I mean basketball season is there. It's on us. So just be patient for another week and a half until Blick Blue Madness happens, and then basketball talk will go in another level because basketball season is here with us. 26 and 6. See, okay, so I'm not too bad off. I said maybe 6 or 7 games. I don't think we lose 12 games like we do last year though, or 11 going into it or whatever. I don't think we lose. I don't think we lose that many games. I think no more than 6 games because 6 or 7 games max is all we lose this year, and I can live with that. I can live with that. Bryson Howard visiting this weekend, and also just one last thing as well too. Stokes he signed a Nike contract, so that means anybody he ain't going to Louisville, so that's off the table. And I don't know if that was already mentioned that Louisville was off the table, um, but he signed a Nike contract. So to me, when I hear that, I think he's going to a Nike school automatically, and I hope Kentucky is the school that he chooses. So, Brian. Um, but anyway, man, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to get about I'm gonna try to get about 3 hours of sleep, 3.5 hours of sleep before I got to get up and go to work. But yes, we are basketball school. I'm going to be the first game. Maybe we do need Tim Couch to be our coach. Time will tell to see what the administration ends up doing. I just hope that it's in the best interest of Kentucky football, and I hope that they can get this resolved before you lose fans for good. For real, Stokes between Kentucky and Oregon. Oh, I like that. If it's coming down between Kentucky and Oregon, I like our odds. Unless it's just something that I don't know that Oregon is offering or what Oregon's willing to do for him. I like my chances with Kentucky. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button. It means a lot to me and it helps the show out. and 26-3, 28-3 regular season. Boom, let's do it. At 28-3, we SEC champs. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is, Sam. 28-3 SEC champs regular season. Real. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it, guys. Hope I didn't shortchange you guys. Hope I wasn't too angry. I always want to stay positive as I can, but I always appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me and all of us on the show. So until next time, go Cats. Subscribe if you